Hey guys, this is HXC Duelist Caden from HXC Duel Team. Today I'll be doing a LightSworn, or Dragon Sworn, or what you want to call it, deck profile. It is Dragon Sworn, sorry. So I'll start off with 3 JD. Only the 3 Dragon Rulers, as I thought Redox was just not necessary. Like, in LightSworns, you gotta win the early game. You don't really win the grind game as much, like, as you'd be hoping. So I feel like Redox is a bit, you brick too often with it, and it's just not got the power that these do. So only the 3 Dragon Rulers. 2 Diabloses. Again, I think running any more than 2, you just clog up too much with dragons. 2 Wyvern. I only believe in 2 because you don't want to open it. Triple Lumina. Obviously it's pretty standard. Double Raiden. I only want to play 2 Raidens. I do have 3. I only prefer to play 2. I just think you just see, I personally just see this too much in my own opening hand, and I saw it better at 2. I opened up 1 more often. Same goes with Minerva, just 2 Minervas. You don't use a secondary effect enough to, like, search out JD or whatever. So I guess, it's 2 is better than nothing, and I think 2 is better than 3. So for the one-off, the LightSworns, just for names, you got 1 Raikou, 1 Jane. Felice, I would run it like 3 if she wasn't. If you could normal summon her, more the point. 1 Lila, 1 Gareth, 1 Aaron, 1 Wolf. I only believe in running 1 of these each because you don't want to open them at all. And that it doesn't hurt to open any one of these in your opening hand, and then just 1 Honest to finish that up. Now for, like, the Chaos Monster type half, it's like 2 Curie Bandit. I don't have 3, so 2 had to do for now. 1 Gauze. I play. You'll see I play no back row really. So Gauze sort of just stops any OTKs or any big pushes to a certain point and allows me to, go for a Star Eater or Leo next turn. 1 Plague Spreader. Now this like, yes and no for some players, but it just opens up an entire thing for Beals. So I mean, like, to make Beals or not to make Beals is like a really hard decision, because like you want to make it because you put yourself at the biggest advantage. Chaos Sorcerer. Obviously I'm just going with the Chaos Monsters. They give you a big advantage, and it doesn't hurt to play them, considering I play probably a fair amount of high amount of darks. This, just because if you open up, like, if you mill a few lights, you can go into, like, first turn Crimson Blader, without really having to set up too much or anything like that, or you just don't have a second dragon target that you want to get rid of, and you can just banish Wyvern for that and add off the Wyvern. 1 Sacred Swords, as predominantly you have at least 5 targets for it, so it's a good reason why you would. 1 Reincarnation, obviously it's like add back your BLS, Gauze, that JDs, and just all your good monsters. I only played 2 Soul Charge. I think 3 in this deck is a bit way too much, as you already special summon enough, you have already enough access to your grave, and you've already put yourself in such a big position where you probably would take like too much damage. Like on this, I go for like between 2 and 3 turns to OTK, and if you don't do it at that stage, you're in a grind game, which you probably can't win. Again, now for more standard ones, triple Solar Recharge, 1 Charge of the Light Brigade, and triple Breakthrough Skill. They're the only 3 traps I play. So Gauze in this is amazing, as I can still just chain this and I have gauze, and they probably don't think I am as I get on the field, and there's like, you know, chain on that, and then summon the gauze out, and then have the token or whatever. It's really good, and also accesses like for like BLS and stuff like that. It's just a, you know, it's good. It's more of a, I don't know, Twilight like Dragon Ruler crossover thing, but it's very effective and it does work very well. For this one, I actually do have an extra deck thing for you, unlike my others, as it was too lazy to do it. I was using 10 tempo until Duelist Alliance came out, so I'm going to be using Dante instead of 10 tempo now. And it has a 3-card mill, and it becomes 2500, so it's way better than 10 tempo. Only reason I was using 10 tempo was in case, like, you know, you get the, you know, like the 101 summons and stuff like that, and I don't. It was just a good rank 3 that was generic that you didn't, you know, you could be and play on. So I believe Dante is the best choice now. I think he's a better choice overall. You know, if you are to use 2 level 3s, mill 3, you're still at a better position on the mills than if you were to go 10 tempo. But I still got to figure out and make room. I play 2 Michael. I think Michael is really good. You know, I don't think you'd play 3. I don't think 1 is justifiable enough as a card so good. I think you play 2, regardless. If you don't make the second one, it's all good. But I mean, I'm probably like, yeah, that's in my opinion. I think Michael's just a really good card, and you know, you need as much life points in return as you can get. For more rank 7, level 7s, Black Rose, obviously more board nuke the better. It just sets you up for a lot too. 1 Ancient Sacred Wyvern, again, helps with OTKing, getting over big monsters, just stuff that other cards can't get around. Obviously Beals, as I mentioned earlier, Beals is just, you know, you basically should win if you get this out. 1 Stardust, you know, you always need Stardust if you can make it. 1 Leo, as you don't really make it often enough to run 2. 1 Blader, in case of mirror matches, or like pretty basically just for the mirror match. And like, I don't know. 1 Goyo, because obviously Goyo's broken. It's like Minerva, Lumina, make Goyo attack. It's just really good. Star Eater, Raiden, Dragon Ruler, GG. Again, Evilswarm Exotone, because you can be running down low on cards, or you know, like stuff like that, and you don't really have that advantage on your opponent. So it's better to have as many board nukes as you can. Obviously for rank 7s, Big Eye and Dragosack. Just, I don't think you'd play more than 1 of each, as you probably shouldn't make it that often. Or even if you soul charge play for it, it's not too bad. And 1 Felgrand. Obviously, you know, you're at the point where you are getting too low on deck and you do need to make a rank 8. This is good. It's a good option. Overall, it's still a big monster. Cards I have been considering and have taken out, and I am thinking about adding is like the Dweller, 101, Castel. I really want to add this in. It's just, I don't know, it's just a really good card. And Lavarval Chain. I would prefer to add these 2 in, but I guess as Shadows are coming, Dweller and Lavarval Chain would be best in my situation. Castel's still a good card, but as Evilswarm's going to be predominant in this deck, that it is just feeding their fuel again without them actually having to pay any other cost. I get, like, this would be better against most other decks, but I mean, Lavarval Chain is good and only dump for Felice or whatever, or you know, stacking the next turn for mills, etc. But again, then Dweller, I need to make room for these, really. And that's my deck profile for LightSworn's 2014 for August. Thank you.